Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good summer. The purpose of this video is to provide an introduction to Blackbaud's Gradebook. Please watch this 10-minute video entirely because there are new features that Blackbaud added this summer, and it is in lieu of coming to campus for training. If you understand the features and can work in your gradebook independently, you are not required to come this summer for additional training. We will offer these trainings and you are welcome to attend, or if you have a simple question, you may email Lisa or myself. To get to your gradebook, you need to open one of your classes and click on the Gradebook tab. You will notice that Blackbaud updated its look, which I believe makes it easier to locate items. They have also added some helpful new features to the gradebook. Please review these features using your 2016-17 classes, and again, email Lisa or myself if you have any questions. Let's begin with Edit Setup. The first choice you need to make is how you are going to set up your class, whether it is by year or marking period. If you are teaching a year-long class, you can choose Set by Year, only if your categories and weights are exactly the same first and second semester. If your categories and weights change from first to second semester, or if you are teaching a semester-long class, select marking period. The next thing you need to select is the calculation method. You may choose percentages or total points with weights. An administrative decision has been made to not use the total points method for calculation, so please either choose percentages or total points with weight. The next thing we will do is set up our categories and the weights per category. Press Edit on the right side of the screen. Select the categories you want to use in your gradebook. If you give a semester exam, you should also include exam in these categories. Next, assign a weight to each category with the total equaling 100%. If you plan to use the same categories and weights for multiple classes, you may select all appropriate classes. Be sure to save your work and close when you are ready. I believe the display options are self-explanatory. You can choose to group by assignment or not. You can choose whether your assignments are set up by the assigned date or the due date. You will not want to change the term period, which is reflected in the to from period. There are some new features in the gradebook worth noting. If you have an assignment created, there will be 3 dots under the title in your gradebook. Press the 3 dots to view the performance summary, to bulk assign points, bulk add comments, or edit the assignment settings. Under the performance summary, you will see grade stats for that assignment, the average, the high and low grade, and you will see submission stats. You can quickly review several assignments by pressing the previous or next summary buttons at the bottom. You can also bulk add points if most students have scored the same on an assignment. You can add bulk comments, and whether you add the same comment to all students or simply select the students you want the comment to be seen by. Finally, you can edit assignment settings and notify your students of those changes. If you want to add a comment to a grade or mark it as exempt, incomplete, missing, or late, simply double-click the grade cell. You will see an X, I, M, or L respectively. If you add a comment cloud will display in your gradebook. You can view those by hovering over the grade cell, and it will indicate what each marking represents. There are also 3 dots beside each student's name. When you click the dots, you will see the student's gradebook, or you can compose an official note for the student. You will be hearing more about official notes soon. The student gradebook will display the student's grade in your class, their grade in each category, and if they have any exempt, incomplete, missing, or late assignments. It will also show their grade in comparison to the other students in your class. If you scroll down a little further, it will display the student's performance in each assignment divided by gradebook categories. You have easy access to other students by pressing the Previous or Next Student buttons at the bottom of the window. Take some time to review the reports that are available in your gradebook. Of particular interest to many of you may be the empty assignment grid report at the bottom of the list, or also simply a gradebook printout. The last thing I want to talk about is adding an assignment. You can add an assignment, or if you teach the course second semester, you will be able to add an existing assignment, gaining efficiencies having input the assignment the first time. If you notice in the top right corner, you can also choose whether to send a notification to your students. Note that the title is required. You can choose whether to provide a description. Then you need to choose the appropriate gradebook category. You will continue to see all the categories that are available, although if you set up your class by year, you will see in parentheses GB by the categories you have selected when you set up your class. You can choose whether to add an attachment to the assignment. If there is a worksheet students need to complete or a study guide, you can either provide the actual document for downloading, or you can provide a link to the document. This is a great time to take advantage of the features OneDrive provides by sending a link to the document. We're going to skip over learning tools for the moment, but we will come back to it. Provide a gradebook abbreviation, choose the number of points for the assignment, and the factor that should be applied to the grade. You can decide to add to the gradebook or not. For example, you may make an assignment that you know you don't plan to grade, so you could deselect Add to Gradebook. You can also choose whether to publish the grade. I encourage you to select a routine that you're going to use to add an assignment and be consistent. My concern is that we will deselect some of these and forget to go back and reselect them. One time that I would not publish my grade is if I assigned a research project and I knew it was going to take multiple days to grade. I would deselect Publish and Add to Cumulative Grade. Then I would input the grades as I get them graded, and when finished, I would go back and reselect Publish and Add to Cumulative Grade. If you don't deselect Add to Cumulative Grade in this situation, students will notice a change to their cumulative grade, but just wouldn't be able to see the actual assignment grade. If you would like students to submit their document through On Campus, you will select On Campus Submission. This creates a Dropbox feature so students can upload their document to your Dropbox for that assignment. Maintain the default, which is no file submission allowed, if you don't intend for them to turn in their assignment using this method. You can also select all of your classes that will complete the assignment, and you can decide whether the due date is the same or different. This is a particularly useful feature with the high school rotating schedule. You can also decide whether to publish an assignment now or to publish it on the assigned date. Please talk to your department chair about the time assignments are due, as we don't want to inadvertently encourage our students to stay up until midnight to turn in an assignment, nor do we want them working on an assignment during another class. You can choose to send students an assignment notification. However, they will still see each assignment in the Assignment Center from their My Day dashboard. Please notice the last assignment shows as overdue because I did not use the Dropbox feature and there is no trigger indicating the student completed the assignment. We will need to teach the students that they have input into this system and they can use this feature to stay on track. They can note that they have started the assignment, noting in progress, then mark it as completed. It will show as graded with a green check mark when you enter a grade. Now, I mentioned the learning tools, and some of you have already noticed that OneNote Notebook is included. We are very hopeful that OneNote will very quickly be integrated with Gradebook. It is very close. Blackbaud and Microsoft are working together to make this happen, and we will definitely notify you when that is completed. When it's done, you will be able to grade in OneNote, and it will show up in your notebook, in your Gradebook. You will not need to switch back and forth from OneNote to your Gradebook. Thanks for listening, and again, don't hesitate to email Lisa or myself if you have any questions.